Hey guys, so I had a question from someone who was interested in seeing like different colostomy bags and things like that. And I actually have 3 different bags to show you. They have different features or different styles in them. And one is actually not a colostomy bag, but I actually had a CNA that I used to work with who thought that it was a colostomy bag, and I will show you the differences between the colostomy bags that I have. So a colostomy bag, this would have to be probably one of my least favorite tasks of CNA related things because it is a very strong odor that comes out of the colostomy bags. Obviously it is feces, so it does have a very strong odor, and it can also be very messy if you are unprepared or if you don't, burp the bag or empty the bag. It can go all over the place and it is just a mess. So please, please, please make sure that if you have a patient or a resident who has a colostomy bag, please make sure that you are emptying it or burping the bag, and burping the bag as much as needed, because it is definitely very important. And residents have told me that it's embarrassing. Obviously, I don't have a colostomy bag, so I don't have that experience myself of whether or not it's embarrassing to have one and to have somebody help me empty it, but I'm sure that it is, because it does have that smell to it, and it is basically feces. So, well, not basically, it is feces. So I'm just gonna get into showing you the different types, and actually I'll show you the one that I dislike working with the most, and I'll explain why. So this is the first bag. As you can see, it's just a bag. There's really nothing to it. There's no Velcro or clips or anything. And that is why I hate this, because the only way to remove it is to take this off of the person, because obviously they have that, I don't know if you can really see that very well, but it's like a plastic. It's almost like fitting lid on a Tupperware, but you're putting it on a person's body. So I don't know how well you can see like how thick that is, but tip number 1 would be to make sure that you have this pushed all the way down if you are changing the bag, and because it will come through if you don't have it, fastened all the way down on the person's stoma. So, well, not on the stoma, but around it. And I don't like that there is no Velcro or clip or anything. I like dealing with the bags that have the clips or the Velcro, because it's an easier process to empty it or to burp the bag. With this, to burp the bag, you basically end up having to remove the bag, because if there's even the littlest thing in this bag, when you take it off or lift up the side or something to burp the bag, you'll get feces everywhere. And my apologies. If you don't know what I mean when I'm saying burp the bag, these bags will fill up with air, just like, when you have gas, it will fill up and it will look something like this. It doesn't necessarily mean that there is feces in there. I mean, most of the time there is, but when you see it getting full, you need to burp the bag, meaning releasing the air from it. You don't necessarily have to change the bag or empty it. You just have to burp the bag because there's too much air in it. So this is another type of bag, and these, I like these better because, as you can see, it has the little Velcro piece here, so you can empty it this way. So it's not a very big opening, but this is also clear. So when you put this on the person, you'll be able to see everything in all of its glory. But these are a little bit different, just because of the way that it is, but it is super simple to do this. You just basically have to fold it down. Hold on. So if you see that, I just folded this down here. And then we're gonna fold, fold, and then you see this little fuzzy part? Velcro. And then you're good. It's not gonna come undone. I have worked with other types of colostomy bags before where they're not necessarily the best. And also, let me do this real quick so I can show you something here. So there's also other bags that are like this that you have to roll, but they have like a plastic piece on them instead of the Velcro. So you just have to basically, it's like a plastic clip. If you've worked with different types of hair clips, you probably have experience with the type of clip, but it's super simple, and if you don't understand how to do it, just ask for help. These also need to be burped, but obviously because of the way that it is, you don't have to pull this up from the patient or resident in order to burp it. You just have to release the end. So that makes things a lot easier. But usually when I'm gonna burp somebody's bag, I'm gonna end up emptying it anyway. So yeah, but I like the Velcro ends better just because I don't want to have to put a whole new bag on, and this is very messy. You cannot like burp a bag like this very easily without getting feces everywhere or without, you know, just issues. You know, you'll end up having to empty the bag and change the bag and all this other stuff. So those are the two colostomy bags that I wanted to show you. And then I have this other bag, which is actually not a colostomy bag, but it is used for feces. I guess this is just a video about feces today. Aren't you so lucky? So this is the bag that I'm talking about. This does not have an opening other than right here. And 10 points to the first person who can tell me what kind of bag this is. I'll give you 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This is actually for a rectal tube. So what a rectal tube is, and usually like I've seen this used with C. diff patients, for a rectal tube, it is literally a tube going into the rectum, and all of the feces will then be collected in this bag. This is great for people who have C. diff, just because, you know, you don't have to constantly move them and change them and wipe them and all this other stuff, because all the feces is going right in this little handy dandy bag. But I did have somebody who thought that this was a colostomy bag, and as you can see, they are very different. Notice the size of the hole in this bag compared to the size of the hole in this bag. So just for a little bit of comparison. But anyways, I just wanted to share that with you guys. Hopefully you were able to find the information helpful or learn something that you didn't know before. And yeah, if there's any other questions that you have or any topics you'd like me to talk about, nursing related or non-nursing related, let me know and I will get it filmed for you. And with that being said, that's all I have for right now. I hope you guys are having a great day, and I will talk to you guys in my next video.